now there's a Bluetopia Chevy Equinox. And I know blue is how it never goes someone's way. And I think instead of making me a retard, they're gonna make me like redo like high school or something because I dropped out with the GED and went straight to college. By the time I was 35. So, I was worried that they try to steal my identity so they could like rob Hertz for a Kia Soul to give to some white dude. So I guess putting this in our window and having that snitchy stuff again, but coming back to Wichita, Kansas, I think they found out how to sabotage me to where I won't get new rentals if I don't make it through this. And I think they're gonna try to like put bad gas in my car and stretch the truth about the oil life. But I just think the Illuminati gets people on their final destinations. Like even if you're only thinking of going to Nashville on your way to South Carolina and Florida, like you sort of have to learn how not to run out of gas. Really, just weaving through other places to avoid them, because I find it extremely easy that my car rental this time is super small and slim, a 2025 Kia Soul in white, because like I shouldn't be driving in the snow in a white car, and it's just fits on 2-lane highways with all those swirls on them. So I chose not to just start a new life on the East Coast because I feel like when that McDonald's that's in South Carolina at the border, my final time getting ready to just let it all go with the like car rental and keeping up with Uber, I just gave it one last to go back to Wichita, Kansas, and I still got about a week before I could turn around another way anyway, so I just feel like they're using my dog as a way to where I wasn't just gonna know I lost. They want to use my dog as a way to make me lose without proving that it's just probably something I did when I was 11 years old that they're all fussing about, because these retards know everything happens for a reason with genetics and just how they use the cars that drive by as an oracle ball. So I'm having a hard time convincing them that only retards are gonna believe God will tell you to hurt people to get fame. And I mean, this is like my world, though. It's like, it's just how much they think I should never sell my music, though. So I can be completely honest about that. But if you're gonna try to abuse the law and call me 30 years in prison for reckless driving, or or stealing or running out of gas or blowing up my engine, all of that is more than stretching the truth. They manipulate the Earth's muscle memory and use witch brew evidence and flowcharts to get you confronted and held for way longer than you could get your dog back if you're me. So I'm not like always like a voluntary snitch. Because if you haven't paid more attention to the world and how they'll really let you know you're going to be a retard and stuff. Yeah, like they'll pretend like you knew you shouldn't have lost trying to be a voluntary snitch. So that's really not me at all. But you know, once I get through with my misfits and I'm playing these games to save up maybe $10 to get all the way from Springfield, Missouri to Wichita, Kansas with the gas I got, I'm gonna hide behind the Dollar General where my field is at, and I'm just going to play games to save up more money to clean my car, like deep shampoo the floors with like Lysol sanitizer and like the carpet stuff. But I gotta be careful because if it rains on the people that get this rental after me and there's still residual soap in the floor mat, I don't want for them to end up slipping and falling. So I'm trying to do my best. I know the car rental company gave me a car with like a dent already in it, and like this was already in it because that will keep me from losing my rental to the identity theft thieves. They basically it uses the law against you. What I mean by using the law is everybody loves being clean, everybody wants to be famous, everybody wants to have something that everybody don't have. So and plus me singing, it's like if I'm like one of those perfect people, I would have been wiped off the map a long time ago. So it's stuff like that that really keeps me in the game because every life matters. I love my dog. I get to warn a lot of people, and then every other person has somebody to fight when the game is on. It'll be one-on-one. But I just like seeing that people think get it before it's get it while it's snitching, get it before it snitches to the right people. You don't know me. I've been snitching for 20 years and best believe I ain't a newbie. Like your assassins think I'm a newbie. I ain't a newbie. Because once you knew you'll never sit in a Range Rover, they will punch your lights out as soon as they can before they know they'll never see you again. Human. Yeah, but I bet you the Illuminati just had to know that I snitched for 20 years before they catch up to something that would probably restart the pandemic virus so that they do utopia. So yeah, I just gotta kind of do nothing I was doing between 2019 and 2021 with the Chevy Cruze, the Chevy Equinox, me camping, and the places that I be at. Like, I could sacrifice doing those things to keep many, because Dollar General is kind of like in Wichita, Kansas, it kind of really makes you hold in your poop until you bleed. So I could find something else to do. I already have like a $300 blow up tent. I gotta rebuy a tent stove because it really cooks your food as soon as you put the pot on the stove. And then I wanted to get an EcoFlow Wave 3 so I'm not always chopping wood. I wanted to get a 6-inch mini saw with 2 batteries, and then I wanted to get an induction stove, a power generator, a new solar panel, and I'm waiting for like an iPhone 18 Pro to come out or something. I'm kind of waiting for the Samsung S26 Note Ultra to come out, but I think Android and Samsung is a meth head chokehold's favorite gadget to use when because it's complicated. Android is a little more complicated than iPhone. It's complex. So when I'm thinking when those hooligans aren't weaving through their phones the way they want to, that's when they'll calm down about sabotaging people imminently. That's how they know they're not gonna nail their victims that day or that week. That's why I hate Android. I think it's a decoy platform for everybody to get on to Apple as soon as they get rid of how people don't know they whack boys. Man, I remember in California in 2021, I was getting gas deliveries from the tow trucks 30 times a week, I swear. Is that close? So yeah, it's not even a Monday for a tornado test. I think Missouri is acting like the Uber delivery requests are flatlined because they know I'm not gonna play Monopoly Go when I get back to Wichita with a week left on my Uber rental. I always get it towed so that they never know like who's giving me rentals and like who to sabotage. So I always get my car towed and they really clear all my debt. The Illuminati thinks they're gonna really scare people out of how that makes sense, but they're the one that whacks boys and finishes. Pointed at Jackson. Okay, so this is pointed at the Enterprise. That is pointed at the... I think everybody's assassin is in one of those 2013 Ford Explorers because they're cop impersonators. They beat their victims to a pulp and try to make an idiosyncrasy statement that they're just doing their outlaw stuff. That when a man dresses up like a woman, they whack boys by getting them to dress like them. You know, getting them started thinking like that. So that's what I think the world's getting rid of, is just like a. You know, I was comfortable dating men in Sacramento as a guy anyway, but I just wasn't gonna cut my hair. I know how to braid 50,000 different ways, and why would I throw that away unless it saves my life? But I don't have to, because it was only about white people letting white people date other people, and then they call it wasting jizz because either they're mixing babies or they're being gay. I think a Nissan Altima is following, like, different Nissan Altimas. I mean, like, yeah, I jacked a Heartspring kit up. Why is that so annoying? And then... Like, oh, and by the way,